think everyone that works with me on the show is embarked with me on a crazy idea. I think the crazy idea is probably the biggest leader. I do have a great team, honestly. It's not easy work. I think we are obsessive also, all of us. Pop is popular, right? It comes from that idea also that it can be contagious, it can be democratic, it can be, everyone can listen to it because of a car passing by on the radio is on. David Bowie, for example, was someone who would bring, for example, inspirations of no theater into the pop realm. And he was appearing on Saturday Night Live with like a strange shaped silhouette, and suddenly it was like surrealism on TV. This is where it's weird and mysterious and fun, because when I started in France, I was not typically French for most French people. And when I started to exist abroad, people were like, "You're so French." And I was like, where do I stand?
So my first night in Paris, a couple nights ago, we're walking down the street and we bump into you getting into the Chris show. Tell me about her as an artist and...
Wow, I follow her work for a few years now. I knew, of course, her work on the first album. She's incredible. She managed also, to get the right dancers in, bringing a bit of a street dance at the same time, voguing and stuff. But yeah, there is a unique energy. So this is why I guess we have an exciting music scene in France.
I think you sometimes learn where you come from the more you go further away or you travel or you experiment, and you are reminded after that you actually come from that. But I don't know if it's French, but I do have like a relationship to imagination and theater and literature. I did at some point a featuring with a French rapper in my career. He's called Booba, and I did a featuring with him. And to me, I was really proud of that because I was precisely emphasizing the fact that a white young queer girl like me and a rapper like him of different trajectories could meet at some point with maybe the eagerness to write and some type of anger. We could meet in the middle. And I was really proud of that it's precisely what makes Paris and France rich also culturally. There is a relationship to dance that is not like just a decoration, but it's also a statement. The Vogue culture is a sentence like you own everything again, meaning you are empowered again by your own means. And hopefully it's contagious also. It's always the start of something else, which is good.
Tell me about some of the signs and what's that conversation? You said it was a surprise. That hadn't happened. At some point
I was doing an a cappella during the show, and they all rose signs, and on it was marked, "We accept you, one of us," which is actually something that is tattooed on my arms, which comes actually from a movie I saw really early on in my life called Freaks, a really old movie by Todd Browning, which really shaped my imagination because it's a beautiful movie about monstrosity and freaks and the really simple idea that sometimes monstrosity can be inside and not outside. So it's kind of like shaped a whole relationship with outsiders and how to feel sometimes that you are an outsider. I mean, it was a foundation of my imagination and my relationship to everything. So I got it tattooed at some point. It was organized, actually, it had been organized by two fans of mine. I don't know how much signs they printed because the venue is like 20,000, and I think most of it, they were all having signs. And they distributed it at the entrance, and they told everyone to raise it during the a cappella. That was... I don't like to cry on stage because then it gets me too emotional. That was, I was really moved.